Good morning, everybody. I hope that you're doing well this morning. It is a wonderful Thursday, isn't it? Man, this week has just flown by on me, like in the most insane way. It's been good. It's been good. We already had one primary working on a caucus this tonight, and yeah, you heard that right. So we're working on a caucus tonight. Good morning, Eris. How you doing? Good to see you. This way up. Hey, y'all. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hey, Young. Awesome. Jungle Minx. Brandon, good morning. It goes well this morning. It really is. It is a good morning. Got a good night's sleep and feeling awake this morning and invigorated. I don't know. Maybe it was the smexy time with the wife. I don't know. To be good to see you. How you doing? Hey, cool gamer. I hope you're having a good morning this morning. The rabbit. Hello, doll. Good to see you this morning. Uh, can't tag yet on my phone for a view, but good morning, all. She is saying hello to everybody. She wants to give everybody a little bit of love and tenderness, but sometimes you just can't do it because you're on your phone feeling all kinds of special. And if you're going to feel all kinds of special, you might as well feel all kinds of special.
My balls are tingling. Yeah, my balls are tingling.
Good morning. That is the way to get your balls tingling this morning. Easy with that sexy talk. They might revoke your AARP. They just might. They might just strip me of it like as quickly as they possibly can. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. I'm actually going to put that clip in and maybe end my streams with it. How's that sound? No, Thursdays is always an interesting day because it is the last day of the week for me, which means that I am off tomorrow as far as work goes. I don't have to worry about it as much, but it also means that it's the beginning of the weekend for me, and that means I've got all kinds of other work that I have to do. So the work that makes me money, and then the work that my wife has me do around the house, which will be constant. I guarantee you this, except for this weekend, we are supposed to get some rain. Oh, that's going to be interesting to say the least. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Maybe it'll be like last weekend. But yeah, it just means that I've got a lot to do in a short period of time. So Friday, hopefully, it has all of the interesting stuff of a day. The Thursdays, whew, yeah, it's usually trash day, which means up a little bit earlier to get the trash out to the curb, and away you go. It's like I feel like I hit the ground running this morning, and probably will not stop until I go to sleep tonight. Because doing the primary, the caucuses this tomorrow. I mean, we already pretty much know who's going to be handling this, who's got it, but you know it's not going to stop because, of course, we've got this right here that is very interesting. As the morning comes and as it starts out, we've got Supreme Court. They hear the landmark election case seeking to kick Trump off the ballot over a Capitol attack. You notice they stop using that whole insurrection word thing. Shizzy, what happened last night? Internet went stupid. Copyright strikes, whining, and general craziness. Really? I don't think I got any. Who got copyright strikes? See, I don't know. I don't know what happened last night. Whining and copyright strikes. I think so, Brandon. When are you? Oh, okay. What primary did we have in Nevada? Oh, so yesterday. Not yesterday. Was it yesterday? Tuesday. Tuesday was the Nevada primary. Tonight is the Nevada caucus, because the way that it's set up in Nevada, um, no, not you. Oh, geez, night stream is down. Well, it might have been. I'm not saying it's what it was. Yeah, I made it over to MG's last night. So last night, I think it might be because he was showing the rugby hoke, where they 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 do that ceremonial dance, and they do that ceremonial dance before they start the rugby match. And that probably got him pulled down for that. All he has to do is just clip that stuff out. The primary was worthless. Yeah, I mean, it was Nikki Haley already knows that she's not going to get Nevada. I mean, that's pretty much a given. You know, she spent probably very little money to do the primary, and the state, they changed the rules where they have to have the primary on the second Friday or whatever. It's like state law that they have to have it. But of course, the RNC said, no, we're still doing our caucus because that goes against whatever policy or rule of law that they have for their processes. So although they had to have it, which Nikki Haley showed up to, and of course she got beat out by none of the above, as compared to what they are going to do in South Carolina next week, I believe it is, something like that. So yeah, it's crazy. And happy New Day, Lexi. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Yeah, it's insane. So if that's all it is, then it should be fine. You generally do micro nap. Yeah, I do micro naps also. Oh no. Really? No, I don't think she quit yet. She's stepping down supposedly after South Carolina. That's the plan, is her stepping down after South Carolina. But here we go. First part of this. Supreme Court on Thursday, so it's just today, will hear Donald Trump's appeal to remain on the ballot in 2024, the justice's most consequential election since Bush v. Gore in 2000. So we're talking 24 years later. They've got this wonderful thing happening here. The court will weigh arguments over whether Trump is disqualified from reclaiming the White House because of his efforts to undo his loss in the 2020 election, ending with the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. The case marks the first time the justice will be considering a constitutional provision that adopted after the Civil War, blah, blah. Sets up precisely the kind of case the court likes to avoid, one in which it is the final arbiter of a political dispute. Colorado Supreme Court ruled that Trump incited the riot on the nation's capital and is ineligible to reside again. As a result, he should not be on the ballot for a state's primary election on March 5th. The court ruled it was the first time that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment was applied to a presidential candidate. First time. Trump's lawyers argue that the amendment can't be used to keep Trump off the ballot for several reasons. For one thing, they contend January 6th riot was not an insurrection, and even if it was, Trump did not participate. The wording of the amendment also exclude the presidency and the candidates running for president, is what they claim. Even if they're wrong about all of that, they argue that Congress must pass legislation to reinvigorate Section 3. The lawyers for the Republican independent voters who sued to remove Trump's name from the Colorado ballot counter that there's ample evidence that the events of January 6 constituted an insurrection and that Trump incited. They say that it would be absurd to apply Section 3 to everything but the presidency, or that Trump was somehow exempt, and the provision needs no enabling legislation. The definitive ruling for Trump would largely end efforts in Colorado, Maine, and elsewhere to prevent his name from appearing on the ballot. That makes no sense. The definitive ruling for Trump. Okay. Okay. What they're saying is that definitively, if he wins, then they would be forced to keep his name on the ballot. There's not there's not diddly squat they can do about it. A decision upholding Colorado decision would amount to declaration from the Supreme Court that Trump engaged in an insurrection and is barred by the 14th Amendment from holding office again. No, that's not what it says at all, because if you read the pleading right, it means that then they also have to prove that he engaged in insurrection. And then, but even, okay, it would have to be upheld. There's different parts of it. You have to read the whole complaint. So they could say there was no insurrection, but he took part in it, and that still wouldn't uphold it. Or they could say that there was no insurrection, and therefore the rest of it is moot. Or they could say that there's no insurrection, and he, it's just stupid. It's ridiculous. Or they could say that there was an insurrection, but he took no part of it. They can say anything they want to, but read all of it, because there's multiple parts. There's like multiple charges kind of thing. And anyhow, people get words this morning. It's so horrible. Shizzy Gaines is like 2 notches too high, juicy. Oh, okay. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Is that a little better? Juicy sniffles. Thanks. People again be lining up outside the court on Wednesday, hoping to snag a few seats allotted to the public. This is a landmark decision, and I want to be in the room where it happened. To quote Hamilton, said Susan Acker of Cincinnati, Ohio, was in line with 2 friends. Okay. The issues may be novel, but Trump is no stranger to the justices, 3 of whom he appointed when he was president. They have considered many Trump-related cases in recent years, declining to embrace his claims of fraud in the 2020 elections and refusing to shield tax records from Congress and prosecutors in New York. Before the Supreme Court is even finished deciding the case, the justice almost certainly will be dealing with another appeal from Trump, who is expected to seek an emergency order to keep his election subversion trial on hold so he can appeal lower court rulings that he is not immune from criminal charges. In April, they'll also hear an appeal from one or more than 1,200 people charged in this Capitol riot. The case should upend charge prosecutors have brought against more than 300 people, including Trump. Of course, the court last played a central role in a 5-4 decision that effectively ended the disputed 2000 election in favor of George Bush. Clarence Thompson was the only member of the court who also took part in Bush v. Gore, and has ignored calls by Democratic lawyers to step aside from the case because his wife, Ginny, supported Trump. Well, him and her doing 2 different things does not mean that him and her are doing the 2 exact things. I guess if everyone were wearing that Wizzy hats, we'd not even be talking about this Jake. Yes, that's correct. No press testing because cop alarmed. So yeah, isn't it weird? So judge wants answers after reporting the key witness Trump fraud trial may plead guilty to perjury. Isn't that amazing? Judge wants answers after a report the key witness in Trump fraud trial may plead guilty to perjury. And of course, this is a little bit important. So the judge in Trump's civil fraud trial is demanding more information after a key witness was reported to be in negotiations to plead guilty to perjury in connection with his testimony in the lawsuit. Isn't that wonderful? As lawyers in the case provide him with a letter detailing everything you know about the situation. I do not want to ignore anything in the case of this magnitude. He cited a February 1st report to the New York Times that Weisberg was in negotiations with the Manhattan District Attorney to plead guilty to perjury and admit that he lied on the witness stand when he testified at the civil fraud trial in October. Citing 2 people familiar with the matter who spoke, blah, blah, as a presiding magistrate, the trier of fact, the judge is of credibility. Of course, I want to know whether Weisberg is now changing his tune, whether he is admitting he lied under oath in my courtroom at this trial. The email went to Trump's lawyers, Weisberg, the Trump Organization, other defense as well, counsel for New York Attorney Lita James' office, which brought the case. Wonderful. Messages seek comment on where Trump left in Weisberg's lawyers, as well as with spokesman from the organization. Agron was asked to respond by 5 p.m. Wednesday adding he wanted their thoughts on how he should address the matter, including timing of his final decision. So here's the thing. Weisberg was one of 40 witnesses who testified over 2.5 months at a civil fraud trial, answering questions for about 2 days, about allegations that he lied about his wealth on financial statements. The Times reported how prosecutors appeared. Weisberg testified he didn't pay much mind to the apartment size because the value amounted to a fraction of Trump's wealth. Jeez. Weisberg said he learned about the Trump Tower penthouse size discrepancy only when Forbes magazine pointed it out to him in 2016. And new charge could put Weisberg 76 behind bars again. So he's put himself in a little bit of a bind. Where's that feral woman? She's at work. Adam Montgomery trial continues with Broken Baker. Oh, very cool. That is very cool. We will make sure that we get people sent over there. That is where I will be sending all you fine folks. Yeah, she's still at work. Good Lord, people, calm down. The baker is still working. That's how it goes. Hey, it's Farrell. Yes, she is. She is listening to all you fine folks. She's listening to all you fine folks on the interwebs, making sure that you stay nice and, nice and clean, because you guys can be very, very problematic. Oh my. Let me find something here because I need to pull that up. I wasn't sure if Baker was going to stream this morning, so I never sent up the redirect, but let me do that really quick because that's, I want people to enjoy the baker. Love the baker. And let's see. I can probably get it from here. And let me do this. No. Damn it. Open a new tab. That's easier. And there we go. Copy. It's easier. That way all I have to do is edit it and customize. Damn it. I hate those live reactions. I'm going to get rid of that. I always forget to do this stuff. Paste. Boom, 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 boom. There we are. So now I've got you guys redirected over there where you guys are going to be going. And I'm going to pin that message up there at the top. So that way you know where we will be after this. What was that? Shizzy, you're safe so far. No lurkers. Get a ghost. Lurkers? I don't know. I don't know anything about lurkers or ghosties or anything like that. So here we go. So this, of course, they talk about this is broken new legal ground. The fate of former Trump attempt to return to the White House is in hands, although hear arguments. What did he potentially violate? No person shall be a senator or representative of Congress or elector of president or vice president or hold any office, civil or military of the United States or any state who, having previously taken oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer in any state. Well, see, it says oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States. See, they've never put in the whole president thing right there. It's amazing how that works. His defense wasn't meant to apply to the president, of course, other arguments. This wasn't an insurrection. They say the attack wasn't widespread. It didn't involve large amounts of firearms or any firearms. It involved the wrong people. They say Trump didn't engage in anything that day or any other exercising his protected free speech rights. Others who have been skeptical of Section 3 say he violated Section 3, blah, blah, gets unprecedented nature of the cases, blah, blah. Isn't that just a partisan case? Yes, it is. And of course, the AP would say, no, 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 not really. A lot of Democrats are rooting for Trump to get kicked off the ballot. And a lot of Republicans are angry about the campaign against him. Yeah. Then how can they say not really? Jeez, get it right. Case was filed by Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, a left-leaning group. No, it's not partisan. No, 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 no. All seven of the justices, the Colorado Supreme Court, were appointed, but they were split 4-3 on the decision. Blah blah. What could the court do? Are possible. Here we go. First, in the court to uphold Colorado's ruling that would require wins for the plaintiff in the whole array of Trump's defenses. Second, the court could rule that Trump cannot be disqualified. And the third possibility unnerves a lot of legal experts. The court could effectively punt and not make a final decision. And that would kick the question down the road to January 6, 2025, if he wins the election and Congress has to decide whether to certify his victory. Go figure. Hey, Jess. Good to see you, Jess Rubery. And Sean Bird, welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it in. I'm trying to get all this stuff out of the way ahead of time so you don't have to worry about it later. The lack of clear ruling could also create counter challenges. They have warned against Section 3. It can also be applied to Democrats. Yes. And you really want to be careful. You do stay up all night. Yes. Some have already proposed filing against Biden under this theory that his inability to stem the flow of migrants at U.S. border amounts to providing aid and comfort to country's enemies and would be considered, what is that? An insurrection. Unless the high court shuts that down, they warn Trump's case may only be the start, which is a very, very valid point. You really want to watch the kind of stuff that you implement. It's like saying, if you're doing 65, we're going to prosecute you at the extent of the law. And then you're known to be speeding at 65 on a regular basis. You don't want to pass a law that kicks you in the ass, which is sort of what the Republicans did in 2020. Well, considering she has been a lot of work all night, working the poll is very, very tiresome. And let's see, we can close that. We can close that one. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is a pretty interesting one, of course. For those of you that are worried about things going on at the border, Homeland Security Mayorkas was not, in fact, impeached by the House. Border security package instantly collapsed in the Senate, and foreign aid for Ukraine as it fights Russia is stubbornly stalled. The U.S. Congress failed in stunning fashion this week as Republicans in both the House and the Senate revolted in new and unimaginable ways against their own agenda. Lawmakers will try to do it over again as soon as next week. This is mob rule right now in Congress, and I'm ready for mob rule. But it's not a way to govern, said Victoria Spartz of Indiana. Just 48 hours put on display a spectacular level of dysfunction, even for Congress, that has already set new standards for the infighting, disruption, and chaos after last year's historic election, then ouster of the Republican House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy. Well, screw you, McCarthy. You should have never been in there. Well, considering she's been all night at work, I did have a great office job where I could close my office door and take a nap after being up all night. Of course, it was a government job, of course. So it's Speaker Mike Johnson and Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell is by choice or by force turning away from its traditional role as a working partner in the U.S. two-party system to a new one that is rooted in Donald Trump's vision of the GOP. Sorry, I find that hilarious. That he has that much power and he's not even in office. I mean, come on. Hey, Wolfram, glad you can make it in. Loops in, gets cozy on a doggo bed with his coffee. Well, be careful because you don't want to spill that coffee across your tender paws. In dramatic back-to-back scenes this week, closed-door shouting matches of Senate Republicans testing McConnell's slipping hold on power late Monday, and Speaker Johnson's presiding glumly over failures in the chamber he could not control Tuesday provided new entries in the history books. Politics used to be the art of the possible. Now it's the art of the impossible. Well, it's been like that for quite some time. It has been for quite some time. Maybe stand up and say, no, we're not going to take it. No, we ain't going to take it. We ain't going to take your bullshit anymore. The next steps are certainly high as an emboldened generation of hard right lawmakers. Why do they have to be hard right? They can be hard left. You never know how it's hanging. With Trump are energized by the disruption, eager to carry on their emerging agenda despite the GOP's slim majority in the House that forces Johnson to partner with Democrats in having hope on any and most big issues. The House is expected to try again to impeach Mayorkas, possibly next week, but you never know. Is determined to seek if rebuke Biden administration of handing a historic surge of migrants to the U.S.-Mexican border. Crazy time, says Representative Hal Rogers, who at 86 is Dean of the House as its senior most member, as he returned to Washington to vote for impeaching Mayorkas after suffering injuries in a car crash. So who got in the car crash? Was it Hal Rogers or was it Mayorkas? I was hoping for something better. Mayorkas facing 2 articles of impeachment over allegations of refusing to abide by immigration laws and breaching the public trust. Well, I hope that, he finds justice, whichever it may be. The second time McConnell, who championed the national security aid for Ukraine. Yeah, you need to stop. Time to disband the firm. Talking about mocking the reference to McConnell and Schumer. Republicans shelved the border package, filibustering on a party line vote Wednesday. Those senators did be discussing a smaller $95 billion aid package for Stop sending money to Ukraine, please. Just stop sending money to Ukraine. Stop funding a war that is not ours to fight. The 2 men have not spoken since December 2020. Once it was clear Biden won the race in a usually scathing speech after the 6th attack on Capitol. McConnell laid blame for the insurrection squarely on Trump for spinning wild claims of a stolen election, distancing the 2 sometime allies. Yeah, there's no love lost between these people. Of course, Mills says we're not done fighting. I think next week will be a whole new thing. So imagine next week is going to be more of the same BS that you saw this week. Is there any surprise? Is there any surprise at all that we have another one? As you can see in the window right there, how easy that sun comes up. It'll give it this nice orange glow, and it'll start lighting up the background here as the morning turns just a little bit shade of brightness. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing to watch that sun, and I have to keep putting over the right shoulder to watch that sun come up, and you'll see it. It'll just start getting brighter and more beautiful, and it'll just be happy as all get out. Have you watched the Tucker Purton interview? No, I have not. There's a big possibility that may be on tonight because, like I said, we're watching the Nevada caucuses happen tonight, and I'm going to have to do something to fill in that space. So we may just watch some parts of that and comment on it. You never know. You're in the dark and will burst into flames in the sunlight. I don't know. That could be pretty hot. That could be pretty hot. Depends on what you're into. I mean, you never know. Oh my. Here we go. Biden is determined to use stunning Trump-backed collapse of border deal as a weapon in his 2024 campaign. Of course. Why wouldn't he? He was urgently seeking more money from Congress to aid Ukraine and Israel. No, he was looking to aid Ukraine. Simple as that. He's got deep ties in Ukraine that would benefit him greatly and his family greatly if he handled Ukraine. He took a gamble by seizing on GOP demands to simultaneously address one of those liabilities, illegal immigration at the U.S. border. How it ended. He came close to succeeding before it all fell apart in a spectacular fashion. Now the president is trying to make the best of it after a major congressional deal was scuttled. Once Republican frontrunner DT got involved, and Biden is intent on showing that the former president and his Make America Great Again agenda, our acolytes in Congress aren't really interested in solutions. No, they're just not interested in the solutions that you are presenting. I mean, it's so horrible that you're not paying any attention to this kind of crap. Potato Biden didn't even Obama ask him not to seek re-election. Yeah, very big possibility. Very big possibility. I don't know because I was in all those conversations. In between, there's a story of a president willing to anger his own party's activist class in an election year. Rare hope for bipartisan progress on one of the third rails of American politics, and sudden collapse publicly engineered by Trump that Biden's team now sees as a political gift. How can he engineer anything? He has every ability to speak out on something that he disagrees with. This account of Biden's big gamble is based on interviews with more than a dozen White House aides. So the bipartisan legislative deal announced Sunday evening was a culmination of more than 4 months of negotiations that started with Senate Democrats and Republicans and later included his aides and cabinet officials. It came after Republicans led by then House Speaker Kevin McCarthy backed a temporary spending deal that kept the government from operating but delivered no new funding for Ukraine. Of course, that's what we want. We do not want any new funding for Ukraine. That would be bad. Don't forget turn on all your notifications so you don't miss any new live streams, uploads, or dirty shorts. McCarthy insisted on the White House that any effort to continue U.S. funding for Ukraine needed to be linked to specific significant steps to secure the border. And there's nothing wrong with that. You want to have that kind of language in there. It's like, we have been working on trying to get this border sealed up, and you guys keep wanting to send money to Ukraine. Let's make a deal. And I think that they should not do that. They are separate things. How about we talk about spending for Ukraine, figure that out separately from spending from the border, separate from spending for Israel, separate from spending for schools, separate for spending for sending free internet to people. Stop bloating all this shit together. I mean, you damn politicians keep doing this crap, and then you end up with these 500-page bills that nobody takes the time to read until after it's passed. So that becomes a problem. Republicans were 100% prepared as usual to sell conservatives out. Yes. Trump saying something scared a few into backing out. Yes, absolutely. But they should be separating this stuff out and going on the merits of each one of them, not on just because you want to have your bullshit passed through. And it goes for Republicans. It goes for all of the political class. If you want to get this kind of shit passed, let people decide on what they want to decide on. If everyone decides they want to send money to Ukraine, then take your ass down there and just cut the government out of the middle of it and go send your hard-earned cash to Ukraine. But we're not allowed to do that. We have to use a proxy. Isn't that wonderful? Your tax dollars hard at work taking your tax dollars. Isn't that what we're doing here? Inside the White House, there was no short of grumbling that Republicans were insistent on unrelated policy changes and holding up badly needed money for armed forces. Absolutely. But Biden and his advisors saw upside as well, because now we've got major Democrat-run cities where migrants are sleeping in police station foyers, bus stations, and hotels. Well, isn't that special? How about you say, oh, I thought we were a sanctuary city. Oh, it doesn't feel so sanctuary now, does it? Aren't you kind of special? Aren't you special now in your nice little comfy home? On December 12th, they dispatched senior officials, including Homeland Security Mayorkas, to join the negotiation. The idea was to underscore Biden's seriousness about cutting a new deal with Republicans. Immediately after they demanded the administration show up, they showed up. Of course. Difficult negotiations stretched in 24, but there were signs of progress, and Biden was optimistic. Well, until they found out that you were wanting to spend way too much money on Ukraine and not enough on dealing with the border. And the kind of shit that you wanted to do on the border was, oh, we want to put little machines that track fentanyl as they come through. We want to process more people in to the United States. But if it reaches a certain level, then we'll just have to back them off. So, we'll just put more people on this. That doesn't stop it. I'm telling you, trebuchets will stop it. After the first few get flung across, especially if they're children, you guarantee you that those people will stop coming across. It'll be like, oh, wow, they're flinging little children back at us in the most drastic and horrible way. Let's not do this. No, I'm kidding. Jeez, don't do these kinds of horrible things to people. But there's got to be a way. Do I have an answer for it? No, but I guarantee you 50 calibers were made for anti-personnel. They just happen to work really well on tanks too. With that, the deal the White House and many Senate thought would pass was headed for failure, of course, only because somebody stood up and said, hey, we're not going to take this bullshit anymore. I'm still shocked at how every single one of these Republicans, including many Republicans, were like literally in the room with us, like hours after helping us try to get the final product. They were like declaring they were against it. I've never seen anything like this in my time in Washington. Well, then, sweet cheeks, you've not been in Washington long enough, because this happens all the time. To Biden's aides, it was public validation of the argument the president had been making about Trump and his allies, and that they had their own interest at heart, not the country's. Of course, you'd say that. Biden, though, his plan every day between now and November, the American people are going to know that the reason that the border is not secure, in case you and I'm under pressure, is because of Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends. What, making America great is a bad thing? Huh. That's good to know. At least we know how you feel about making America great, Mr. Biden. Isn't that special? Mr. President Biden, we understand you don't want to make America great again. Oh, isn't that special? You want to build back better. Build what? It sounds like some moron wearing a bobbly wobbly helmet, walked in there and said, I have an idea. Let's say build back better. Because making America great is not bad. We'll just be BB. They should have said build back. It could have been BBC. Build back crappy. Sorry. Biden, though, good job. Look at this. They had to get 3 people to work on this one because they couldn't do it. And let's see, there's Colleen Long, which White House Law Enforcement Legal Affairs. Zeke Miller, he's chief White House correspondent. And Sung Min, isn't that same lady that was telling us that, we need to be wearing masks? I could be wrong. I don't know, man. They all look the same. All them little people doing the crazy stuff that they're doing. Jeez. Okay. So this poor guy right here, he's going to be suffering the backlash of all the bad stuff that he decided to agree to. So like I said, I'm getting all this stuff out of the way ahead of time. Abandoned by his colleagues after negotiating a border compromise, GOP senator faces backlash all alone. Well, go figure. Just before the Senate. Sometimes you have to get that out. Oof. So just before the Senate voted Wednesday to kill the deal, he spent the last 4 months negotiating. Oklahoma James Lanford climbed the set of marble stairs outside the chamber and joined his wife in the visitors' gallery. They watched from the floor above. Briefly, the outsider, after defending his legislation in the last Senate's floor speech, fellow negotiator Kirsten I guess it's Kirsten. What is it? Her name is Seminated. What of Arizona was down on the floor? X-ray. Jesus, stop using words like this early in the morning. It's horrible. Man, he's talking and reading at this hour. Jeez Louise. Oh, well, sorry, Lynn. Sorry. That's tough. Less than 24 hours after they released the bill, the Republican colleagues changed their minds. Turns out they want all talk and no action. It turns out border security is not a risk to our national security. It's just talking point for an election. Most of it is. Most of it is. Almost all of it is for an election. I'm just warned we didn't get it done. I don't know if I feel betrayed because the issue is still there. It's not solved. Of course, it's not solved. And you're not going to solve it by adding more money, by throwing money away at it. If you want to stop the flow of all of the bad stuff happening, then stop the flow. But stop being a bunch of bastards. Former youth minister what does that have to do with anything? He's conservative who really votes against his party. Okay, sure. Except for that one time, or, those other times. Shizzy is sort of a morning person, but words are tough till about noon. Sometimes. What is that? Oh, throw money at it. Money fixes everything. Exactly. Money fixes it all. They really threw the man overboard. Oh, President Joseph Biden instead of Langford. Oh, poor bye. Also, sign of dysfunctional paralysis in the Senate. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to not do anything. They're supposed to be slow moving and not fast moving, except in times of emergency, which I would say it's more of an emergency whenever you have 10,000 people coming across the border at its peak every day. All right. You're processing more people across the border than all of Walt Disney World and Universal and all the theme parks combined in one per day. Okay, just take all of the theme parks you have all across the United States or possibly across the world of how many people come in and out of those theme parks every day, and you will not even be touching what they're bringing in. I mean, if think about this, you get 6,000 people on average. Geez, it gets crazy. Of course, I could be making shit up. Don't ever trust a word I say. This fellow negotiator is described as an earnest, smart legislator who's willing to spend long hours digging into the intricacies of immigration law and spent weeks away from his family in the process. Well, that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. It's interesting. Hey, Toodly Pip, good to see you. Hey, Fofa, they throw money here too. Yeah, we throw money everywhere. It's weird how that works. Oh, Maddie. Oh, look. Okay. He's trying to explain the bill after many of his colleagues put out statements opposing it, even without reading the full text. Okay. Maybe after you read it, then you would go, "Oh, that's really bad idea." Yep. And see, here they are, the same people that contributed to the report, right there. Sung Min, Will Weiser, and Jill Colvin, and Lisa Marosco. So the same people that wrote the last one wrote the same one. They're feeling the pressure. But all is not lost. All is not lost at all, because your wonderful president, currently your wonderful current president, he sees that we were so close to sending money to Israel. We were so close to making this happen, and by God, if we can't make it happen, see, the sun's getting brighter. See, the sun's getting brighter. That way, that it's not a fake background. It's not a fake background, but here you go. He is sending aides to Michigan to see Arab Americans and Muslim leaders over the Israel-Hamas war. Isn't it wonderful? All in all, we're just another brick in the wall. Of course, he's sending senior aides to Michigan because for him to show up there, they probably have little good to say to him. To meet with Arab American. What is an Arab American? I mean, wouldn't they just be American if they're in America? I mean, I guess the assimilation is not what they want. According to three people familiar with the matter's administration's handling of the war that's happening in Israel, members from a key constituency in 2024 battleground state. Some community leaders invited to a meeting said they welcomed the opportunity to make the case directly to top Biden aides to use the administration's leverage on Israel to press for an immediate ceasefire and allow more humanitarian relief into Gaza. Well, here's the thing. They've been fighting for longer than our country has been around and longer than a lot of those countries have been around over there. So what good is it going to do for us to go and spend money on another war and delete people? Press Secretary Jean-Luc Picard declined to confirm details of the Michigan meeting. Well, go figure. Why would she confirm that? Because it makes them look like a bunch of assholes, which they are. Obviously, we're going to listen and hear what the leaders of the community have to say. We're open to that, having a real honest dialogue. You haven't had an honest dialogue in 4 years, Jean-Luc. Other expected to attend the meeting are Tom Perez, who leads the Office of Intergovernmental Affairs, Mazen Brazawani in the White House licensed American Muslim communities, and James Citron and Dan Coe. Wonderful. So he's sending his top people there. I've lived in this community for 40 years. It's the most significant White House delegation I've ever seen in Michigan in all those 40 years. Go figure. Yeah, because they are afraid of losing Michigan because of their bad policies. You know, that ceasefire is not going to happen. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Trump get sort of a ceasefire happening over there between Israel and had those people sitting down, and who came along and threw all of those policies out? I mean, wasn't it within his first 100 days that he basically destroyed everything that Trump worked hard to get? Oh, isn't that amazing how all of a sudden now it becomes an issue. Guten Tag. How you doing, Fedorowski? Wonderful, wonderful thing to see you. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to end well for him. But, hey, he doesn't really give a damn about these people. It's all political play. All political. And of course, as we get deeper into the policy making season and all of this electoral crap is going to start getting out there, and it's going to become more and more of a pain in the ass because half of Asian Americans. So but what about Pacific Islanders Americans? Why don't they just call them that? Is that just too much for them to say? Is that like saying a black American or a black African American or African American? It's very confusing. Half Asians are awesome. About half Asians. It says half of Asian Americans. There you go. Native Hawaiian Americans and Pacific Islander Americans in the United States believe the country is giving too much support of Israel. They said not enough for the Palestinians amid the Israel-Hamas war. Well, why would you support the people that don't want you to survive? So it's like, here, have a gun. Come at me, bro. Derek Pang, 54 of Austin, is among those who feel strongly the U.S. is not doing enough to assist Palestine. Well, I wonder if Derek moved. Oh, yeah, he moved from California. He's a Democrat who is an analyst for a senior living referral company. Yeah, he probably moved from California. He's in Austin. Go figure. A lot of people from there. Asian is a race. Okay. But why are they calling them Asian Americans? Why not just say Americans? Like the wonderful people of America be American. I don't consider myself to be white American. I consider myself to be American. Be American. I don't consider my one of my best friends to be black American. I consider him to be American. Sorry, American. In the past 4 months, Palestinian death toll in Gaza has risen. Now, if you want to identify somebody and just say, well, that guy's black or that girl is white or, that guy is Asian, then okay, I got you. But still, They'll also say Chinese American. They use it as a broad scope, or Vietnamese American, or Australian American. Who the hell knows anymore? I'm all confused by all of it. Just be American. Many Asians come from colonized countries and may find receptive the kind of statements by activists that Palestinians are living in a colonial situation today. Jesus, get off your high horse. Shaquille Syed, the group's executive director, said of reflecting the wishes of numerous Asians. There you go. How about we just call them Asians? If you want to call them a race, call them Asians. How's that? Because, Shizu, isn't it, is to continue with the racial division. Of course. So we'll just stop calling them, we'll just leave off the American part. Because everything that follows after the dash, you don't need to have. How's that? We did receive calls. And, yeah, I mean, once you start reading it, it really makes sense. The group's executive director said the organization is reflecting the wishes of numerous Asians. There you go. We'll just leave off the Americans, and whether they happen to be South Asian or North Asian, it doesn't matter. We did receive calls and emails and questions from community members and also from other partners to ask, hey, how come you haven't guided us or said something to this effect? So we thought it would be imperative for us to take a position so that not only do we do what's right, but also inspire others. We agreed it is often younger generations who have been voicing opposition to more U.S. aid for the Israeli government. Older immigrants tend to be more apolitical and try to be neutral on a moving train. This is very difficult to reconcile with among senior people. They privately talk about it, that it's very wrong, ethically, morally, and politically, but it is not necessarily vocalize it in public spaces as much as younger generations, maybe because why speak out of turn? No, just call them Americans. If you're in the U.S. legally, you're an effing American. Well, we don't know, though. They may not be. They may not be American unless you've been living under a rock. You're either English, Welsh, Irish, or British here. No. I guarantee you, I'm still American. Stop letting this BS any free religions me by adding race to crop. Well, why not? I mean, I understand what they're trying to say. They're trying to section off these little people and say, well, the Asian population of America is what they're just trying to shorten it up. The Asian population of America believes we should do X, Y, or Z, just like the black population of America should do X, Y, or Z. So if you eliminate that and just say blacks or whites or Asians, so it's easier to separate us into little groups, because if you ask most Americans, they're going to say, no, we disagree with you on this. They also survey about Jewish and Muslim communities in the United States. When it comes to Jewish communities, 44% of AAPI adults say U.S. I don't know what the AAPI. I guess it's like asshole, prick, ignorant. Adults say U.S. support is about right. I guess they're trying to put all of the Asians into one area. Well, there are different parts of Asia or different parts of Polynesian or whatever. That's why they keep putting AAPI. It's asshole. Thomas Lee of New York finds it difficult to talk about the conflict over in Israel and Palestine. Well, get over it, because they've been doing it for I don't know how many years, like many years, long before this country even existed. So you don't get yelled at, said the Taiwanese who switched his political affiliation from Republican to Democrat after the 2020 election. Okay. For me, it's hard to believe. I'm very much in the middle. I see both sides. I can't stand to take a side. Well, it looks like he did. He also thinks public officials have not spoken out against the anti-Muslim and anti-Palestinian hate. I mean, maybe because nobody hates them. Maybe they just don't fucking care. It's amazing how that works. I think with more education, we would have less hate on both sides. In a poll of 1,091 U.S. adults who are Asians, Hawaiians, or Pacific Islanders was conducted on the 4th through 11th of 2023 using a sample drawn from NORC's probability base to amplify some sort of panel designed to be representative of the Asian, Native Americans, or Native Hawaiians. Why wouldn't they just be Hawaiians? Representative of the Asian, Hawaiian, and Islander population. The margin of sampling error for respondents is plus or minus 4 or 5 percentage points. Something we forget about that. England is included as Great Britain when discussed together with Scotland, Ireland, Wales, but like others in England is a country in itself. Yes, you have England and then you have the UK, the United Kingdom and England, two separate things. So it's, and they're far from being united, really, but we love them all just as much as we possibly can. I mean, we did sort of throw them out of our country, so oops, how about that? Just giving you a hard time. Don't mind me. I am difficult and a pain in the butt, but I have no animosity towards England. I think you had a very awesome queen, and it's really horrible. If you look at foods, you'd realize just how really there's very little difference in people. Yeah, you just sort of mix it all together. Think about it. I made chili a couple of nights ago. We just sort of doing it for leftovers, and you got this big bowl of chili that everything's all mixed in, and it just looks all the same color. And then you add like the sour cream and the cheese. You mix all that in, and it changes color all the whole dish. I worked at a Waffle House, and I realized there's only one color at Waffle House. It is sort of like this deathly pale, like orangish, yellowish kind of mixture with a little bit of brown thrown in. And once you spot it, you're like, oh, that looks really disgusting. It's all the color of coffee, just different shades of that dirty brown color. All of the food looks the same to me. Marianne Williamson suspends her her presidential campaign, ending long shot primary challenge. Yeah, smart for her. She is wacky. She's a self-help author and spiritual guru. On Wednesday announced the end of her long shot challenge. Yeah, because she got beat out by none of the above. Okay. She got beat out by none of the above. She had like 5%. None of the above had like 16%. Like, we would rather not have anyone at all than her. Oh, what is this? Crazy woman likes to watch Andrew Zimmer. So I've got food on the brain. It's the best diet in the world. I don't think I ever want to eat again, but it's really so similar. Yes. What's that? I miss Queen Elizabeth. The world just seemed better with her in it. Greatest generation slowly passing into history. Yes. Love cheesecake. Baker hates it. There can't be any further difference. That's awesome. She's starting to look like the Crypt Keeper. Most of them are. Nikki Haley doesn't look too good herself. But you also have to understand that Marianne Wilson, the reason why she's starting to look so old is she is 71. 71 years old. I had to decide whether it's now time for the dignified exit or to continue on our campaign journey. Williamson ultimately opted to continue on for two more primaries, but won just 2% of the vote in South Carolina, about 3% in Nevada. I hope our future candidates will take what works for them, drinking from the well of information we prepared. Okay, you didn't prepare shit. Williamson's first ran for president in 2020 made national headlines by calling for a moral uprising against Donald Trump while proposing the creation of Department of Peace. Okay, fucking kooky. Yeah, okay, be right back. See you soon. Her second White House bid featured the same non-traditional campaigning style and many of the same policy proposals, but she struggled to raise money, of course. My staff departures, I wonder why. Because bitch be crazy. Looney Tunes. Texas native now living in Beverly Hills, Williamson is the author of more than a dozen books and ran a successful independent congressional campaign in 2014. She ended her 2020 president run shortly before the leadoff Iowa caucuses, announcing she didn't want to take progressive support from Bernie Sanders. Okay. As cuckoo can be. I like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, you never heard of her? Yeah, don't worry. Nobody else had either. She was spiritual advisor to Oprah Winfrey. Isn't that kind of special? I mean, I guess. I guess if you're really into that. And of course, this is the kind of political situation we're in right here. Um, Always going to cause problems, and this is why I hate wars so much. Yes. So I agree with her that we should have peace, but you're not going to get it by doing this. A U.S. drone strike in Baghdad kills high ranking militia leader linked attacks on American troops. Isn't that wonderful? So, U.S. drone strike blew up a car in Wednesday night, killing a high ranking commander of the powerful shish kebab militia who is responsible for directly planning participating in attacks. Okay. I think all of them are. The precision blast hit a main thoroughfare in good Lord, these words that they have in these countries. Neighborhood in eastern Baghdad, attracting a crowd as emergency teams picked through the wreckage. It came amid rolling tensions, and the region will likely further anger Iraqi government leaders. Security forces closed off the guarded green zone where a number of diplomatic compounds were located. There were conflicting reports on the number of those killed and all kinds of things like that. It's an insane amount of silliness that we have to run into. And speaking of silliness,
not next Monday, but the Monday after, gonna go get a facial.
damn, I'm good at that, aren't I?
Oh, we need a new audio clip for that.
Oh my.
Morning,
my.
humans.
Good morning, everyone. See, look, Farrell decided to come and grace us with her lovely presence. You know, it's always good to see Farrell. Did you have a good evening? Was work hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, same old, same old.
Yeah. Same crap, different night.
Yes, more strikes in Iraq. You know, it's. I look at these news stories and I go, really, this is all you guys got? I mean, in the morning, I understand that nobody wants to hear about this kind of stuff, but here's. So I really don't want to talk about this, but I should, and maybe I'll just let it speak for itself. How's that? I'll let it speak for
Okay.
itself. I'll. You want me to remove your? I'll remove your face for this one. So I don't want Farrell getting in trouble for this. So here you go. This is all on me. Oh damn it! Mute. So Paxlovid is underused, of course, as they're saying, because this all has to do with one little drug company. For them, right here, Paxlovid. It's Marinavir, whatever, Redavir. It's one of those things by one of them. They're drug companies that they like to bring up every year about the same time. And if you look over here in the far little right-hand corner, what is that right there? Oh, that would be the company, the maker. So who do you think is paying for this wonderful little ad? This wonderful little ad. Who do you think are the wonderful people that are paying for this little ad that has so much to do with nothing except for making money? Because to me, this just looks like an ad. That's all it looks like. Brought to you by the AP and Heiser. Of course, T.H. Chan School of Public Health, Michael Barnett, don't know what he has to say.
COVID than people who are the healthiest, like 10 times more likely, but they actually got Paxlovid less often.
Yeah, so that's what they're talking about. Advice for the patient, drug information. Oh, let's see, another company doing self-test kits. Of course, everybody wants to get these self-test kits. They want to get all these nice little drugs because, well, you need to get some more of these, and you need to get some more disposable masks, and which is proven to, help you oh so much. I mean, it's a powerful, powerful drug. This right here is a powerful drug. If you wear that drug on your face, you don't ever have to worry about anything getting through that mask because it works oh so well. We are in perfect health by taking our drugs, eat your pills, wear your masks, suck down the drug that they're handing to you, because what else would you not do? Revidivir and all that kind of stuff. I mean, who would ever even think, that this was a little bit of a advertisement for this particular drug, because good Lord, we've got to get it out there to you. So just, in case, you're feeling the symptoms of the coof, make sure that you head over to the pharmacy and get your drugs, get your masks, get your special, you know, pole smoking, face masks out of the way, because you are just absolutely in the worst condition, and more drugs, just more drugs. If you get drugged up, you don't have to worry about anything ever again. Isn't that wonderful? All right, got you back. See,
Hi.
I told you I would pull your face out of there. I don't want you getting in trouble for it.
It was scary in there.
It was so scary. You were all by your little lonesome. I know.
was.
I know. That's how it goes. But there is better news, and I'll share
Okay.
this. I'll show some better news and some happy. This is actually some happy news. Okay, which I thought was pretty damn awesome. So, enough of the do-over. Nobody puts Farrell in the corner. This is happiness, though. This is happiness right here.
True, Sean.
Christian Bale breaks ground on foster homes.
Woohoo! 16 years, yeah. Look, I didn't think it was going to take that long. I had a very naive idea about kind of getting a piece of land and then bringing kids in, and the brothers and sisters living together and sort of singing songs like the Von Trapp family and Sound of Music, which I've never even seen, but I understand. They're very happy in that, aren't they? But then learning, no, it's way more complex. These are people's lives, and we need to be able to have them land on their feet when they age out, etc. And there's so much involved in this, and it's a beautiful model. It's incredible, and it's amazing that it hasn't happened before. It was amazing to me that I didn't know that LA County has more foster kids than anywhere else in the United States. Why wasn't I helping those kids? When I started this, a beautiful 3-year-old daughter, she's now in college, got a 9-year-old son. I couldn't bear imagining if we weren't around and they would have to be split up. And so when I learned that, I said, all right, we got to do something. And it takes a long time getting things like this done. But
this is pretty awesome.
We came across Katya Varga and
exactly.
The Palm leadership and the community who says,
they do.
We want and need you here. And we need them as well. And I'm really honored to be a part of that.
Like
maybe this is the first one, and maybe this is the only one, and that would be great. But I'm quietly hoping that there'll be many of these, and I want Angelinos and everyone living in the county to come get involved and open our eyes, see it as it is, that our kids are not being taken a good enough care of. And hopefully it starts right here.
That's cool. Even if he saw a problem and did what he could to help with it.
Exactly. So. And it took him 16 years to get this together.
Damn. That
shows you how slow moving the government should be. Yes, it shouldn't move fast, because once you get through all of the loopholes and you start, it's like making a policy. You want to have those kinds of policies move very slow. Because that's I do have one more story that is not a happy one. It is, and it might trigger a bunch of people. So, just be aware if for some reason, Farrell, this starts to trigger you, all you have to do is just hide yourself. It's okay.
Okay.
It's absolutely okay if you hide yourself. I won't be mad. if you get completely triggered by this. So sorry, just had a little bit of a burp. And like I said, if you get triggered, just hide yourself. It's okay.
I'll just drop myself down again.
My balls are tingling.
Nice.
I'm using that for my new intro. See, I told you she got triggered by it. I know, you'll be right back. Observe phrase on what he's doing looks more like a catalog. Close your ears here. See, the Democrats' extreme hatred for families is the cause. Yes. Oh no, that wasn't the short story I was going to talk about, but I thought I had to do that one for Farrell this morning. Set up the stage. Oh yeah, I didn't miss the little girl in the background. She said the same thing. All right, political organizer and former president of the City Council of Atlantic City is charged with submitting some fraudulent mail-in ballots. This never happened, just so you know. An Atlantic County, New Jersey man was arrested today for his role in procuring, casting, and tabulating mail-in ballots submitted on November 8th, 2022. And general election. And of course, the U.S. Attorney Philip R. Segler announced this guy, 64 years old, Craig Calloway, former member and president of the City Council of Atlantic City and political organizer who assisted campaigns for elected offices in Jersey, is charged in a criminal complaint unsealed today with one court depriving. Let me zoom in on this because that's just really small and big in it. Who assisted campaigns for the blah, blah. And of course, Calloway is scheduled to make his initial appearance today before a U.S. magistrate. So he's been charged. Doesn't necessarily mean that he is guilty. Just saying that he's charged with it. Now, you also have to remember that voter fraud at any level chips away at the faith people have in our system, said a special agent in charge, James E. Dennehy. We're unable as American citizens to hold our government accountable if our votes are compromised. The FBI and our law enforcement partners understand the gravity of protecting the process and will bring those criminals who break the law to justice. According to the documents filed in the case, approximately 1 month before the election, Calloway and others working in Calloway's direction approached numerous individuals in Atlantic City, promising to pay them $30 to $50 to act as purported authorized messengers for voters who supposedly wish to vote by mail. After receiving the vote by mail ballot applications, they entered the Atlantic County Clerk's office carrying anywhere from 1 to 4 completed by mail-in applications as instructed by Calloway or his subordinates. These individuals provided County Clerk's office personal proof of identification signed by vote by mail applications and authorized messengers portions. Under New Jersey law, messengers are required to deliver any mail-in ballot they received directly to the voter who requested the ballots and certified that they would do so. The messengers left the county clerk's office and instead handed the ballots to Calloway or his subordinates. Why are teenage boys so annoying? Now back to the bullshit. Thanks, Shizzy. You're welcome. Oh, I have more. Oh, trust me, I've got more. Many of these mail-in ballots were counted toward in the election. That makes no sense. These mail-in ballots were counted towards in the election. Okay. The fake ballots were reported in. The charge of procuring, casting, and tabulating these ballots carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison and $250,000 fine, or twice the gain or loss from the offense, whichever is greatest. Is that per illegal piece, which would put it in the millions? So U.S. Attorney Selinger, blah, blah, just talking about who all is involved in this stuff. So this is how many people are involved at charging them and attacking them for doing nothing illegal, because, there is no fraud in the government whatsoever. That never happens. because our government officials are beyond reproach. Like there was nothing shady going on in 2022, just like there was nothing shady going on in 2020. It never happened. It is a fig Newton of your imagination. It just never happened. But you want to have some fun. You want to have some fun. We got a good one for you here. I haven't seen this yet, so this is going to be a new one for me. This is going to be a new one for me. We'll see what this young lady has to say.
I'm waiting for my date. He's late. This is so embarrassing. He's like 40 minutes late, 30 minutes late. And I just think it's kind of rude. I don't know him that well. We hung out one time. We went out to eat. But you finally made it.
Yep, I did.
Why'd you take so long?
It was just traffic. Why? Not a big deal. There was just some traffic.
Yeah, some traffic.
Well, I wish you would have told me you were going to run late.
Is it really that much of an issue?
Of course.
Are you for real mad about this?
Yeah, she's totally mad.
You know, you can enter your phone. You don't have to like keep going to the restroom to answer it.
No, that's cool. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
It's kind of rude. Like, I don't know, you were late and you keep going to the restroom to go in. Like, you know, you can easily just, you don't have to go to the restroom. You can just answer it. Like, I don't know it's kind of rude to keep checking your phone and then going to the restroom.
If he's got work and he's involved in doing something and he's not wanting to have the loud crowd, you can go someplace probably towards the restroom down the hall. Like, hey, yes, I got X, Y, or Z. That would make sense to me. It's more rude to sit there and pick up your phone and have a conversation with somebody over the phone. Like, might be a work related thing.
It's ruder to sit there and act like an effing toddler about it.
Oh yeah, she's over there just getting lit. And her name is Latin Kitty. Oh,
right? He's probably has to talk to his wife.
Yeah, I would bet that she has lots of cats too. Smells like a cat. But nothing. This is the reaction you should have whenever someone comes to tear down your home. Right here.
Dang. Beast. Well, that ended that.
So dude's using fireworks. He's launching like
that's awesome.
Bottle rockets at this thing. Dude's looking back away. Flips his tractor over. I saw that. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. dang, my wars were not really your ears, I think is what you're trying to say. The Korean method. Why not? Why not?
That's pretty cool.
Chase them off. Like, why are you coming from my home? Leave my home out of this.
Right?
Bastards.
I win.
But we also have beautiful things here. I will show something very pretty. It looks dirty, but it's not. Just so you know, this is not what you think it is. Just so you know. It's not what you think it is. It is not a grown man.
What the fuck is that?
You'll see.
Oh. So cool.
Yeah. So what happens is like this sort of there's a particular name for it. I forget what exactly the stuff is that's on it. It's spelled SPIOGYRA. It's Spigoria or something like that. And what it is as it's growing up through there, this sort of a little bit of netting that water lily gets trapped under, and as it's like sprouting up, and so it wraps around it, and as it gets bigger, it's still wrapped around it, and then it can't open up. And this guy just sort of pulled it off of there, and it just opened right up.
It's gorgeous.
So beautiful. So beautiful. And Yeah, this is kind of, oh damn, I wish I could play the music on it because the music is so perfect for this. So, damn it, I hate that I can't play the music on this because the music to this is Beastie Boys, Sabotage. And I'll just give you an idea. Yeah, that one right there. Look at this. Look at this boat. Boom. Jeez. Thing went vertical. Dude's overboard on it too. Just yeah, this is how you get over a wave. You face the wave and you hope the hell it doesn't flip your ass over backwards. So awesome.
Whoop.
Yep. Yeah. These are the kind of things I like finding. And I did find something for you.
Oh boy.
This is very cool. All right. Whenever
You scare me sometimes.
No, you're gonna like this one, Farrell. You're gonna go, ooh, I need to do this.
Okay.
Is that cool? That's how they're cleaning a coin using the laser.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I don't understand why they put water on it first, but
the sound that it makes.
Oh, okay.
Because it gives starts resonating with that sound. It's pretty damn awesome. What are we
When I get my IR laser, I'll be able to do that to coins.
Mm-hmm. Clean them like that. The only problem is
you don't really need all that, but
well, it leaves little marks on the coin because it is burning a layer off of it. So you'll see like the little lines deep into it. I was like, oh. And this one I want to show, but it's got music. I'll have to.
You just love to find the stuff with music.
Well, this one, it has subtitles. It's so bad. It's so bad. You've seen this, I'm sure. I'll give you $50 cash right now on the spot if you expose your friend's darkest secret. Oh, yeah? Okay, perfect. Go. She lost her virginity to her brother last year. Are you actually serious? What is wrong with you? There's no way. How did you know that? I'm her brother.
Oh, gross.
That's so horrible.
Nasty.
God, that is so bad.
That's funny.
You actually put water.
It happens.
Water on metal. Usually put water on metal. Yeah. Always end up 30 seconds behind. Oh my G. Oh, ew. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That is a good joke.
I didn't say I was whatever, B.
Many federal crimes by destroying money. No. how can you destroy money? It's not actually money. It just represents money. I mean, if you look at it at a dollar bill or $100 bill, it says it's a promissory note. It's supposed to represent money. Is what it's supposed to do.
Oh, the sister. I was like, what is Sean talking about?
What? I
She's
bet
still
she
on her
posted on
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I read on all my cash stolen by the government. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Do you remember when those Find George things were on like all the dollar bills? So you could, like, people had stamps and everything else. It was findgeorge.com or something like that.
Is exciting. Now come through here.
I have to mute this. I'm going to hell for laughing, but look at what the scale said. It said, ouch. It said, ouch. This is a big old boy right here.
My starting weight is, because in my mind, I'll never be this big again.
I hope not. I mean, he can't even climb up on the scale. It's just like, good Lord, dude. Like, this is painful.
Okay. This looks like we don't have a reading. Give a stop sign.
Stop. I was disappointed.
I didn't see what it said.
They couldn't get a reading on it. That's how the scale couldn't handle the weight. The scale could not handle the weight. And this is so dangerous for people. I mean, like, it is not funny. I did find a cool video of our wonderful rabbit. I'm kidding. This is not rabbit.
I'm gonna say you better watch it.
There we go. Look at this. Look at Grandma.
Dang.
She is fell in a tree.
It probably is rabbit.
Boom. No, rabbit's got longer hair than this.
I don't know. I've never seen her.
She is look, watch this limb though. Watch this limb. Boom, bounces right over her head. You know how close that came to taking her head out? Oh, Lord Almighty.
That's cool.
No, I've seen Rabbit. She's very, very lovely lady. So
never seen her.
I have. But I kept her in the back room, so because she didn't want to be on camera, and I was respect.
Yeah, I talked to her in the back room, but she just used her avatar. So
she is really so sweet.
She hung out with Expert and I one night. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yes. She's. I've had her on. I did a interview with her and had Fast Group, which I did reach out to Fast Group yesterday, so I don't have to.
About time.
I sent him an email. He sent me an email like probably that day, and then I finally got back to him, and I was just like, "Here's what I'm looking for," because he is here in NC, Georgia.
I listened to Maddie's show the other night at night before last, and went and laid down and was waiting for Clumsy to come on. Passed right out. Miss Clumsy, miss you. I slept all day yesterday.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was up for like an hour and listened to Baker and went right back to sleep.
Well, I had Twinkle Tits McGee in my chat yesterday. During the Amber Heard stuff. And he goes, what in holy hell is my AI doing this morning?
Nice.
I love it. Yes, Eris. I'm sorry. Valhalla was there also. I got distracted by these horrible pictures. That's all it was.
I was awake through your whole show, Matthew. It was a very good one too. I loved it.
Oh my. Okay, this one has to be muted. This is why I don't show these kinds of things without like a little bit of context. Or I play them first to make sure that there's no music, so I have to be very careful. This is a mantle light. In case you've never seen one of these, this is pretty cool. This is how we used to light up, like our camp and crap like that. We're using these. We didn't have flashlights whenever I was a kid, but we did have these. Ours looked a little bit better than this, but still, it serves a function.
We have one for camping.
Right. Oh, well, now they make them electrical. They put out
So
about
we
the
have
same
the
amount of light.
old-fashioned kind for camping.
Yeah. But they're pretty damn awesome. Just poof, light that thing up. It burns that piece right there. And then you pump it. And as that fuel gets up there, boom. Yeah. That's how it used to be. Carry that thing around. Yep. You're mad because Elvis record is warped? Oh man.
Yeah, he went to play an Elvis one last night and it was all messed up.
Oh,
or not night before last, I guess, but
God. Yeah, that is always a pain in the ass, because then you get that So I did not know this. Being serious now, I really didn't know this, that helicopters will use a nearest water source during a fire. Get water out of fires.
I've seen him do that before on these.
This is pretty cool. Boom.
Look at that. That's so cool.
Yeah, I was like, man, could you imagine how good you have to be at doing this to come up and scoop that big old thing inside of a swimming pool right at the back of a house? You're just like,
I mean, if they're gonna save my house, go for it.
Yeah.
Drain that sucker.
Be like, yeah, drain it. Drain it. And this one's got music. Yep. I wish that I was this talented. I really wish that I was this talented. I mean, just a little bit of wet sand.
Wow.
I mean, the amount of steady hand that you have to have for this kind of stuff.
I love watching the guys. They set up at Rule King all the time and do the wood sculptures with the chainsaws. It's freaking amazing.
Just the precision that this guy is working at. And it looks like some of it collapsed on the backside, but still, that's just impressive. I wish I had that much talent.
I couldn't even do it with all the tools, though.
Yeah, I couldn't either. You should look at high line electrical workers. They don't climb the poles. They get heloed into work on them. I used to work for an ISP that would have tower workers that would go out and put up our antennas, because we couldn't do it. Because the insurance you have to have on that kind of stuff is just insane. These guys make a lot of money. I mean, they do a site visit, and before they even climb up that pole, they're getting paid in the thousands just to climb up a cell phone tower from the ground. They don't look like anything. But I was talking with one of them. He goes, yeah, you get up there, and start hanging those things up, and you realize how much movement there is in that pole. He goes, you don't see it from the ground. He said, but you get up there, and whenever you look down, you can notice the movement drastically. He goes, plus you get wind and all that other kind of stuff. But yeah, damn, the pole sways. Yes, the pole sways. Only for you, though, Eris. Only for you. Speaking of swaying poles. Oh, And whenever I saw this, I was like, this is so tender and gentle. It's like this turtle got cracked its entire shell, and they're patching them all back up, like to keep them from getting exposed, like stitching this thing up. I was like, oh man, look at him.
Cool.
Like doing alive, doing healthy. See, it's not all about polls here. Not
There you go. Speak of the devil.
Yeah, see, Tinkle Tits McGee. Morning, I woke up.
He was just talking about you.
Chardonnay last night. Apparently, woke up next to it. Cheers. Cheers to you, Tinkle Tits McGee. It's awesome. Yep. Yeah, I was showing people your AI art.
That's cool.
Oh, and the music is so fitting too. But I'm not playing the music. Not playing the music on this. He built a cow scratcher for cows. Damn it. Don't play me any music. So he took a bunch of brooms. And
I've seen these.
Screwed them in. Look at this. What's this? Yeah.
They'll stay there forever and do it too.
Yep. Like, this is what I would do if I was a cow. I would just sit there and do this all day long, just like yes.
Free pets.
Yeah. Yes. That is so cool. It is like free pets. This one's good. I like this one. And this is the last one that I'll show on this. Have you seen this one?
What? Lift these up.
I know what's about to happen. I don't know if I've seen this exact one.
You play too much. You always point what?
Lift these up. Oh, you're pretty strong.
What, I gotta hold this?
All right, you strong? Okay.
Look how strong you are.
Ariana.
It's so bad.
You're so strong.
Ariana. And you know she got him too. That wasn't some fake thing. He got her good.
Oh yeah, I've seen those ones.
Oh, I couldn't help it. I'm so bad whenever I see things like this. I'm just like, okay. Got him good. Oh, Jesus. Oh, shoot. I'm not showing that. That'll get me in trouble. Oh my. I just saw something.
That's no fair.
I was like, no, can't show it. Nope, can't show that
Says
one.
he's a tease.
I am a tease. You want to see how much of a tease I am? And this might get me in trouble, but this is only a part of what I'm going to be showing tonight. Might have to show it on Rumble, but this is only a part of what I will show tonight. So you ready? Don't get triggered.
What about Taylor Swift?
She sucks.
Who do you think will win the 2024 election in the United States?
Everyone knows President Donald Trump will be the next president of the United States. And as soon as he takes back the White House, he's probably going to whoop some ass.
What do you think about Bud Light?
Gay. Piss. Gay piss.
So dumb.
Who killed Jeffrey?
Hillary did it. We don't call her Hillary Clinton for no reason.
What about Taylor Swift?
Oh boy.
I couldn't help it. I just was like, it's nice. Oh,
I can't wait for her to win the Super Bowl.
yeah. Oh my, oh my. My, oh my. No.
Right, Harris? Well, it was nice doing the show with you, Shizzy.
Well,
good morning, expert.
Putin is a huge Swiftie. Yes. Morning, expert. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Taylor's boyfriend's team is going to take out Clumsy's team, and I am
think?
here for it.
You think? You think that's
Yes.
what's going to happen? I don't believe
course.
that for a second. Why are you so against? Why are you so against? Team Swifties. Every time I hear that, it makes me think of like a different word. makes me think of swirlies. That's what it makes me think of. That's what it makes me think of as swirlies, not Swifties. Swifties would be something that you use like a Swiffer for. It's got the little bottle on it and goes.
I don't know what a Swiffer is.
I hate those damn things.
They're just all they do is push dirt around.
Yeah, they push dirt around and make your floor wet until it dries. It's just like, okay.
That's
You ever
what
hear?
happens usually. Make it wet until it dries.
Well, but it just dries and it doesn't really do anything. Like if you really want to get your floor clean, get yourself one of those old rag mops and a bucket and wring that stuff out and get down there on your hands and knees with a scrub brush. You'll make your floor clean. Hey, check Discord there, expert, if you want. I'm going to go grab some more coffee real quick. And can you hold down the fort for a second? I just need a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, we got about
What's up, humans?
About another 30
What do you want
minutes.
to talk about? I don't have anything to talk about today. I'm exhausted. Oh, were you on MG's last night, Baker? I must have missed you. Well, get up here and we'll talk cycles, Baker. I'll send you a link. Night expert. I really have nothing to talk about. And I'm not going to talk about my cycle, so. We could talk about cheese. I had some more cheese whiz at work last night, Baker. Thought about you. Thought about sending you a picture, but I was busy.
Got all quiet.
I was
What happened?
talking.
Morning, Baker. What's up, brother? Yeah,
We're
Baker's
talking
going
about
to be
cheese.
Baker's going to be having a show here in about 30 minutes.
What's my favorite bird? A dead bird. That's my favorite bird. Ethan
Favorite?
Crumbly is my hero for what he did to the birds. Not the humans. Not the humans that he did. Just the birds.
Jeez, woman. Trying to get us in trouble here. Good job. Shameful.
Well, rip this channel.
Oh my God. What am I gonna do with you, Farrell? I mean, I thought I was bad enough. But, oh no, I'm worse. I'm worse than ever.
I'm salty and I don't even care anymore.
Mm-hmm. No, you should.
MLS quit YouTube. I don't have a reason to be nice anymore. So game on.
He didn't quit YouTube. Stop with that. He did not. Damn it. Jeez Louise. Trying to
I don't
get
hate
me in
Sean.
trouble.
Sorry,
You don't
Sean.
hate Sean? Hey, Sean.
There we go.
He
There's
just
my
dawned.
favorite bird. Sean Bird's my favorite bird.
Sean Bird is your favorite bird. Oh, look at that.
I was very
Feral
nice to him.
is feral. Yes, feral is feral, as always. Whoa, what was that? Were you ever nice to him?
I was very nice to him.
Nathan Fillion speechless, Kevin. It's like, wait, you were nice to David? No, this is you right here.
He's an asshole. Look at his haircut. Anybody with a haircut like that, you know he's an asshole.
Well, there was that one week. I was so nice that I was scaring him. So
Mm-hmm. You were nice.
Nice.
Yes. No, you were not. You're not. Oh my. So what do you have going on today besides
morning,
getting some
Zach.
sleep?
Sleep and work.
Sleep and work. Oh, good morning, Zach. Glad you can make it.
Yeah.
Farrell, what does that say? Farrell being nice to David actually unsettled him. Yes, it
did.
did. It did unsettle
I have
him.
a clip of it somewhere.
He was
I have a
waiting for
clip
that
of him
other
telling Gosney how nervous I was making him.
Yeah, he was just waiting for the other shoe to drop. He was like, I know it's going to happen. She's got something plotted. It's like, no, I'm just being nice. You asked for nice. I'm being nice.
Hi, Zach. I love that. That's my favorite thing ever is seeing what my name for the day is from Zach.
Arrow. Oh my. Yeah. So tonight I've got the I'll be doing the whole whatever primary BS stuff for, caucuses, which we already know how this is going to go. But we're just going to probably like watch some of the Tucker interview and comment on it. That's sort of my plan. So I'm expecting that it'll probably be pulled off of the YouTubes, and I'll have to be doing it over on Rumble and Kick. So, if you're not subscribed over on Rumble or Kick or anything like that, just go sub up to it, because if this stuff ever goes down, you can always find it over there. Same on Twitter. Like, I'm hoping that Twitter doesn't like copyright strike me or something like that. I would think that it would be a compliment to, Tucker to, if you want to see the whole interview, you can watch it over there. If you want to hear somebody like comment and make stupid remarks about it, then you'd watch it over here with me. I mean, I think that Tucker is pretty damn funny.
When are you doing this?
As soon as it comes out, like tomorrow, later today. If he's already done the interview, I don't know.
Oh, tonight. When are you streaming tonight?
Probably fired it up about 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that.
Since I slept so long yesterday, I will probably not sleep very long today, so I should be around for that. That's what I do. Like,
oh no, Aris,
I sleep like 2 hours a day, and then once a week, I'm like out for hours and hours.
I am not making.
I hope Maddie's gone because he has opinions about that.
I am not making you work. Really, you're not having to work on this, because all of my links are already provided. All you have to do is just click on my channel. It has the whole link tree there and stuff. I'll make you sleep.
I woke up and watched you for like an hour yesterday, Baker, and back out to sleep. He does. He's very good at putting me to sleep. So is
really?
Ricky.
I know why he's good
and Jess.
He's good at putting you to sleep.
Excuse me, ladies. Did you hear about the guy with the 5 penises? His pants fit like a glove.
I did find an old video of Expert and Broken Baker. This is a really old one. It takes them back into their younger days.
I love this shit.
Yikes.
Oh, that was really, that was weirdly dirty dad joke. Nobody needs descriptions. Nobody does what?
Nobody reads the description. Not gonna lie, I don't read the description.
Okay.
Oh, Darth apparently does. I think Darth was the only one that read the description for Expert Stream the other night. And he thought that David was like legitimately not alive anymore.
Oh my God.
That's what he thought the stream was about. Like, so when I came on and I was like, listen, good news, David's still alive. He's like, oh, so this is made up?
Yeah, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I was just like, huh? Like,
so expert unalived somebody else. He's good at that.
Rest in peace.
He got
Dave.
Lefty, he got Flux. Now he's got David.
Good Lord.
I know, Eris.
I mean, they came in and everybody's just like, did Dave quit YouTube or something like that.
He's also still watching Eris. Because I said something mean about him and I got a DM immediately. He's like, just because I'm not talking doesn't mean I don't know what's going on. Like,
exactly.
Whatever.
Your channel ends
Friday.
And
every Friday after that?
Yep, every Friday.
Me too. I'm going to quit YouTube too.
Oh, well, this weekend should be quite interesting. Quite interesting, because if everything works out well, I'll be moving my entire setup to a completely different room. I'm hoping that that's how it works out. You know, because like I told the wife, just like, hey, let's get these guys out here to start fixing this stuff so I can get my damn office back, please. Like she's sort of. She delays it because she's the one that anytime I get involved in it, she's just like, you know, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to do this, or wants to talk. And I'm like, okay. You do it. You call them, you email them, you message them, you do all of it. I'll stay out of your hair. And then whenever she doesn't do anything, I go, okay, you said you were going to do this. Oh yeah, I forgot. Because I just didn't hit send on the email. I was like, okay, I'll keep on you about it. Because if I handle it, she gets all paranoid that I'm going to like overstep and do really fast. Like, because, you know, I'm much more like, let's get this done kind of thing, where she's like, oh, let's watch and see what happens.
Baker, I have a question. Did they do openings yesterday, or is it going to be in the today?
Yeah, I think
Baker said Jamie was like, I think about ready to call the courthouse and make them do it. She was like, no, they have time.
I think they are doing openings this morning. Good. Because what
they went out on their field trip yesterday.
Yeah, because what happened was they had the guy pled guilty to 2 of the lesser charges, like hiding a corpse and something else. And
yeah, I heard that. That's the hour that it was like maybe an hour and a half that I was awake, and it was right when they were getting ready to leave, and then when they had their little talk with him on the TV. I wonder if he's going to show up today.
Right. Yeah, he pled guilty to 2 lesser charges. They were talking about that yesterday. Baker was talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, he pled guilty to the tampering stuff and the stuff with the corpse, not like desecration. I can't think of the word right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no judge won't force him.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he knows. I don't know. What's the point of going every day?
Nice. Gotta love it. Yeah, the plan is I'm I'm handling another one for the for MG. I'm just pulling up the actual court and letting it record while I work during the day, and then I'm gonna do some editing to it. I'll probably do the editing today because I don't think that court case starts until later. It didn't take very long yesterday, but I'll get that one set up and more recording just for him, because I really think that that's a good use of something abusive. There you go. Abusive, of course.
There we go. That's the one.
Yeah, that's what it was. The humans are waking up. The best part of
Yep.
is children shouting in your ear.
It gets exciting around here sometimes.
Yes, because everybody's in, they're up, they're about. Like Jimmy's using my toothbrush.
No, the bossy toddler is the one that likes to make noise. She's mean. The other day she's almost 4, and the other day she told the almost 17-year-old, "Why don't you go clean the kitchen?" Like, yeah, what she said.
Yeah.
She's in charge now.
I like this kid. She takes after her mommy. How adorable. Aww. Big heart
I have no
symbols.
idea where she gets that from, Baker.
No idea at all.
She's a little feral, is true.
She's a little feral, short and stout, chubby little legs and a little.
Most of the other
snout.
things she says I can't say on YouTube, so.
What you been listening to, girl?
Hmm.
Oh my. Yeah, so the new space for my office is going to be pretty exciting. It should, if everything works out well, I'll have like more space, a little bit bigger desk, hopefully one extra monitor. Because right now I have 3 monitors, and I'm like, oh, this is glorious. I can have chat over here for like Rumble. I can't pull up the Kick one because then everything like runs really slow. It's just the computer itself can only handle so much.
Right.
And my other computer is it's a powerhouse. So I'll be like, oh, this would be nice. I can get 3 monitors set up. I can have chat over on like a little monitor over here, and then have like the rest of the stuff going on. Pretty excited about it.
Awesome.
I was thinking of getting a standing desk, the desk that raises up. I was thought about that.
Oh, I love those.
Because it'd be nice, whenever I'm working throughout the day, to be able to just raise that desk up and stand while I'm working, and maybe get like a little unicycle or something on a treadmill and just sit
Get
there
a
and
walking pad. I want a walking
cool.
pad.
I have drank so much damn coffee this morning. Now my bladder is full. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, chat, do your thing. Give me a topic. You guys are slacking. Oh, you don't use it? I think they're cool. I kind of want one. I don't know that I would use it though either. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that, Sean. Okay, he's not my hero. I just enjoyed hearing about his bird shenanigans. Oh, but they look cool. It is not raining here. I think it's pretty cold out though. Well, chilly. Favorite app right now and why? Probably Discord. Because I'm on it all the time, so I must be my favorite, right? That is true, Mass. Being able to switch it, even if it's just so you can sit more comfortably. Be like Val and bring it. That would be more like LC though, because I would bring in the rooster if I brought in anything. I don't have any goats to bring in.
You're saying you'd be bringing more cock into your life.
I should. He doesn't he won't come in though. He's a scaredy cat. I can't catch him.
So you're having a hard time getting your cock, right? That's what you're saying.
I have a hard time controlling my cock.
You were looking for a new clip, weren't you?
F word. Shizzy.
I don't watch LC, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, yeah. He has Henry that comes and sits in there. He's so funny. I love him.
Yes. Well, that's what I was getting to. Thanks, Shizzy, for stepping on my joke. I got a portable standing desk off Amazon. Love it. Made by Levitt. Oh, okay. I'll check that out. Made by Levitt. Yeah, because I need a desk that's big enough to handle 3 monitors and be able to raise up as high as I need it. Because sometimes sitting down, you're just like, oh, geez, like my legs are like atrophied kind of thing. So just getting up and moving around to our welcome. Yes, I know.
I hate you, Eris.
Yes. Yes. I just need someone to, send me that clip. And
well, I ain't grabbing that one.
You're not grabbing that one? Come on. You're not grabbing that cock joke.
I grabbed the last one for you.
You grabbed the last cock for me.
Holy shit, cat.
Wow. Did that cat just like fly across the room?
I have my machine sitting right there. It was on there. It was on the desk for that.
Oh, that reminds me. I got to get your feet out to you. Damn it. They're sitting right there, all wrapped up in a box. I think that's the one. Or is it that one? One of these is for you. The other one is for Jesus, what's her name? Melissa Jane. Sorry. Just blank there for a second. I wanted to say Jane. I'm like, no, that's not right. And then I had to say it in my head a couple of times. That's a cheap joke. Rock out with your socks out. What? Huh? Sound bites are worth it, Zach. One day somebody's just going to have this.
I used to be so careful.
Yeah, now you just whatever comes out of your mouth, you're like, I don't care.
Phrasing,
Farrell, phrasing. No, what is going on this weekend? So Thursday I'll be doing this weekend. I don't know. Friday I'll probably do a Friday morning stream. Depends on how much I had to drink the night before or tonight.
Yeah.
So I mean, my plan is to do one on Friday. If I'm running late, it's just because I ended up staying up way too late. I was actually in bed at a pretty decent time last night, despite experts' worst efforts at doing it and trying to get me down.
Yeah, it sounds like they just got done in the back room when Baker came in here.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Me either. That's the night before we were up pretty late.
Oh, geez.
We usually get like once a week. We get to sit and visit. So
yeah.
Take advantage of it when I can. I'm on my way, Baker.
Want to move your studio? Can someone stop by and help me lift? Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm getting it set up so I have my 3D printer in a nice even spot. Because before it was sitting on the floor. Well, not on the floor, but on a ledge on the floor. So it was sitting really low. And the only problem with having it that low is if you're trying to see what's going on, you have to get on the floor and like pull out whatever is screwing up, and you're just like, damn it, it's a pain in the butt. So it'll be sitting up on something a little bit higher, and hopefully it's more solid so it doesn't make a lot of noise, because that movement of the motors and stuff can make a lot of damn noise.
What did you do last night?
Stopped at 11 a.m. So 5 a.m. yanked time. Oh, good Lord, man.
Yep, that sounds like an expert night.
Woke a bunch of thirsty plans for today from dating apps. What did I do last night? Drunk as fuck. Oh, Lord.
I need to find something to stream this weekend. And not words on stream, Eris.
New piece. Sled dog races canceled due to lack of snow. Unheard of this time of year in Dayup. Yeah.
We did words on stream the other day for like 9 hours.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Until I was playing it on my phone with them. And all of a sudden the 4-year-old came up and bloop, turned off the computer. I'm like, well, I guess she just said it's time to be done.
You're done, Mom. I love it. I love it. Hey, if it works,
I want to find something to stream though, Eris. I am not a word nerd. She is lying to you. Eris and Wolfie and Mass are word nerds. They were in there damn near all day.
Yeah. Yeah. I do okay with it sometimes. I jumped in for a couple of minutes and
I'm not sure what Mo's doing. I was thinking I might finish that trial that I started. Maybe. I kind of left people hanging on it when I got into a drama, so.
Well, I do have the trial of the century.
But what's the trial of the century?
The Nuremberg trials.
Oh, no thanks.
Like, no, I'd rather rip teeth out of my head.
Hard pass. I should do the Crazy Anthony trial. That was what got me interested in trials in the first place. I watched that sucker gavel to gavel.
Yep. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
I'm delaying because I know that I'm waiting on the Baker to get his stream up and fired up. I'm going to send everybody over there.
No, the one I was doing Toodly was what the heck's his name? Matthew Moore, the one they accused of setting up his wife's death to look like a suicide, like a self-deletion. But yeah,
there's some really crazy trials out there, and there's so many of them that I would
there's not much left of it, actually. We got through quite a bit of it, but
well, there's so many that I would do if I was, and not just the live stuff, but some of the like different older trials and things like that.
Right.
And I've got one that I've downloaded all of the PDF documents on it for the court case. I actually have 2 or 3 of them, 2 or 3 different ones that I've got. And so you can if I can get somebody that wants to do it with me, it'll be basically reading those transcripts and doing the voices over it.
Hey, Mimsy.
Those would be fun. Hey, Mimsy. Good to see
I might do that, actually. I might start watching her trial, because that hasn't been done in a long time.
Right. But that's what I would like. I would much rather do the transcripts and put my own inflection on them. I did
have Matt on with us when we did that for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It caused a whole drama, though, so I don't know.
Yep. To a new audience. Yeah.
People think that they can gatekeep when you do a trial, so it gets kind of dumb.
Yeah, I'd watch Matt with you. That's what Tulip Pip says. She'd watch it with you.
We got cats fighting now.
Oh, dude. Everything's gone feral in your house, hasn't it? Just gone completely feral. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, though. My day is going to consist of me starting doing this recording for MG Law. and probably editing the other one out. Just there's a couple of things that need to be blocked out on it. And then once I'll do that, then yeah, I'll be setting that up for sending the uploading them onto YouTube, so he has access to them, so he doesn't have to go searching for them. He can watch them at his own will. I had it running in the background while I was working all day yesterday, and the times that I actually did listen to it, it could have put me to sleep. It was so just like, oh. But there are some exciting moments in there. The one that I pulled up, it was having all kinds of issues, like with the feed. I think there was I mean, and I was getting the feed from a station that is showing it, but they were having problems with their feed. They actually had to go in and get the Zoom link off of the court feed so they could air it, because it just like everything was crashing on it, like was locking up. It just was like 5-10 minutes of
Nice.
spinning screen. I was like, oh, that's not good.
Is that the one you were telling me about the other day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I just opened up StreamYard and started recording. I was like, why not? And then I was also able to edit just a little bit while it was doing it, just because I saw that they were getting ready to take a break or something like that. And I would just pause the video and then wait until they came back and then start it back up again. I was like, why not?
Yeah, there have been a lot of them that have accidentally doxed people. Heck, that one we were watching, they doxed jury names. It wasn't very long ago, like a month or
Oh,
so
yeah.
ago. They were doxing the names of the jurors
As they were dismissing them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know
I
what I'm
want to
talking about.
say Schrader did that too.
I think maybe, I don't know. Oh, they
No,
did when they were doing
at the
when they
after
were
the
getting in the beginning, they were doing that during Rittenhouse, I think. And then they were like, hold up, we need to
yeah, this is
do numbers
live.
here.
Like, this is live on TV.
Right?
I mean, here's the thing, which I think is stupid and ridiculous, that first of all, you shouldn't be doxing anybody. Second of all, if you show up in court, you're going to see who it is anyway.
Right.
So what does it matter that you see the jury? What does it
Good
matter if you see the
morning.
jury? That's my point.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if I showed up to court, I would be seeing
if
the same thing.
you have to go in there and see them, then at least they have like who has been in there and has seen them, so it does make it a little bit more easy to narrow down if something happens.
Right.
Like,
Roseman, good to see
rather
you.
than everybody and their dog being able to look at them on Zoom or on whatever and doing something.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
yeah, they did, Mass. When
Still
the
crazy.
journalist was following the bus. Oof.
Yeah. Like, yeah, the journalist was, that was insane. Like, don't do that shit. Like, I'm sure you want to get the story.
You
You want to be the first
guys,
to get the
you
story.
need to all talk Roseman into doing more live streams, because let me tell you, she is hilarious.
Yes, Roseman is. She's good people. She's really
Yes, she had me dying the other night.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. The only thing is she doesn't want the hassle that comes along with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I get it, but dang.
But here's the thing. What I would do is say, hey, come in as something completely different, so that way it doesn't show up on your stuff at all. And here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to end this stream here in a short bit, but we're going to leave you with one last thing. It's going to be good, but you'll see it's going to go blank here for a second, and then it's going to happen.
my god.